Have you ever trusted your results only to later discover a contaminant was quietly sabotaging the work? Imagine months of effort undone by a few percentage points of extra material in your peptide vial. In research, purity isn't a luxury, it's the foundation of trust. If you don't know exactly what you're working with, you can't build anything reliable. Peptide purity may not sound glamorous, but it determines whether science moves forward or falls apart. Defining peptide purity. Peptide purity is the percentage of the intended peptide sequence compared to everything else present in a sample. A peptide labeled 95% pure means nearly all the content is correct, while the remainder may be truncated sequences, oxidized forms, residual salts, or solvents from synthesis. Even small amounts of impurities can cause big problems in sensitive experiments. In effect, purity is both about identity, confirming you have the right sequence, and homogeneity, ensuring that the correct peptide dominates the mixture. How purity is tested. Determining purity relies on precision analytics. High-performance liquid chromatography separates components of a mixture, producing a chromatogram where the main peak shows the desired peptide and minor peaks represent impurities. Mass spectrometry, often combined with high-performance liquid chromatography in LC-MS workflows, confirms molecular weight and detects tiny differences that indicate truncated or modified peptides. Together, these methods ensure both the purity percentage and the identity of the peptide. More advanced labs now use peptide mapping and multi-attribute methods to profile impurities in detail, particularly important for therapeutic peptides. Modern equipment such as ultra-performance liquid chromatography and high-resolution mass spectrometry have made high-purity analysis faster, sharper, and more accessible than ever. Why purity matters. The consequences of peptide purity go far beyond numbers on a certificate. In basic research, impurities undermine reproducibility. If batches vary, results can't be reliably repeated, leading to wasted time and eroded trust. In biological assays, even small amounts of incorrect peptides can bind unexpectedly, trigger off-target effects, or interfere with dose-response curves. In preclinical and clinical work, the stakes are higher. Impurities can cause toxicity, immune reactions, or false efficacy signals. Regulatory bodies such as the FDA and EMA require rigorous proof of purity and impurity profiles before clinical testing. Without this, projects stall before reaching patients. From the perspective of cost, investing in high-purity peptides prevents failed experiments and wasted resources. Purity protects credibility, safety, and efficiency all at once. Certificates of analysis. Proof in hand. Certificates of analysis provide the hard evidence behind claims of purity. They document the measured purity percentage, confirm identity with mass spectrometry, describe impurities, and specify the salt or counter-ion form. They also note residual solvents, endotoxin or sterility data where relevant, and include batch information for traceability. A certificates of analysis is not just a piece of paper. It is a researcher's assurance that their work begins with integrity. Increasingly, reputable suppliers make certificates of analysis available online before purchase, reinforcing transparency and trust. The positive momentum of peptide science. The great news is that standards for peptide purity are rising worldwide. Today, most trusted suppliers guarantee over 90% purity for research peptides, and often above 95% for clinical-grade products. Third-party testing is becoming routine, ensuring independent verification. Even difficult sequences, once prone to oxidation or aggregation, are now produced at high purities, thanks to improved synthetic chemistry and purification methods. As technology advances, the cost of high-purity peptides continues to decrease. making them accessible to more labs. This democratization of quality benefits not only elite institutions, but also smaller research teams around the globe. In short, researchers now have better access to the reliable materials they need to achieve reproducible and impactful results. Clinical and global impact. Peptide purity is not confined to laboratory benches. It is essential in clinical and diagnostic applications. In immunology, peptides are used for mapping epitopes and designing vaccines. Impurities could lead to false immune responses or compromise specificity. In oncology, therapeutic peptides require high precision to ensure they do not trigger unintended pathways. In diagnostics, even trace impurities can create background noise and mask true signals. Each success story in peptide-based medicine, from vaccines to therapies, rests on the assurance of purity. Setting the standard. At Illuminated Peptides, powered by Omniext Tech, purity is not just a specification, it is a promise. Every batch we produce comes with a full certificate of analysis available online, allowing researchers to verify quality before use. Our peptides are tested not only in-house, but also by independent third-party labs, ensuring objectivity. We apply cutting-edge methods such as HPLC to every Research Plus and clinical-grade peptide, leaving no room for assumptions. Our grade options are structured to meet the diverse needs of the scientific community, from discovery projects to translational research and clinical applications. Transparency, scientific rigor, and customer support are at the core of our mission. We don't just deliver peptides, we deliver trust, empowering researchers to focus on discovery rather than doubt. Peptide purity drives reproducibility, safety, and innovation. It builds trust in research, ensures clinical progress, and supports global health. With advances in synthesis and transparency, high purity is the new standard in science. At Illuminated Peptides, powered by Omniext Tech, we combine science and technology to light the path forward in peptide research. Trusted, transparent, illuminated, America's #1 choice for research peptides. Purity equals research integrity. These products are for research use only, not for human use. Don't forget to like and subscribe.